Hi folks, this is all the fruit and the beautiful Lotus Pond, or rather Lotus Field or Lotus Plantation, is a common sight in Southeast Asia and parts of India and China. However, here I'm neither in Southeast Asia, not in India, not in China. I'm in the Alps mountains near, well, I'm still in Italy but not far away from Switzerland. I'm at Villa Taranto Botanic Garden at the Lago Maggiore. And if you look at the mountains behind there, well, this is the timberline. It's not the natural timberline, but still, it is the timberline. So I'm in those cold, frosty mountains, which are more famous for skiing than for tropical fruit collections, which is a pity, because they do have a couple tropical fruit collections around the alpine lakes. And here, this botanic garden, they have quite a huge lotus pond. Flowering season seems to be over. Oh well, there are a couple flowers over there. Let's walk there. And before I start harvesting, let me tell you a bit about the lotus, because this is one of the most interesting plants in the world. In several Asian religions, it's considered a symbol of purity. Why? Well, it grows out of the muck, of the dirt, of the mud, of the, whatever it grows out of, it never gets dirty. It always stays clean, unlike my hand, which I need to wash now. That made it into a religious symbol from early times. Also, it's really beautiful. I mean, look at those big leaves. Here is a bud. Later I show you a couple of the flowers too. The leaves are very useful. You can use them as hats against sun, against shade. You can weave them into a lot of temporary structures. And you can actually make a very expensive, very difficult to make silk from those flower stalks. You can collect the silk, and it's so much more expensive than the silk made from silkworms. Look at that, we had some rain last night, and immediately this leaf is dry. Rain last night, and this leaf is dry already. So beautiful, even without flowers. I mean, the leaves are incredibly beautiful, the fruits are incredibly beautiful, and actually they are being commonly used in dry flower and grave arrangements and stuff. Look at this. Wasn't me. Somebody has already devastated this fruit. Somebody has foraged pretty hardcore here. But before we come to the fruit foraging, well, this effect that the leaves stay clean even if you cover them with the biggest muck is called the lotus effect. And for millennia it was just known to all those religions in East and Southeast Asia. And then a scientist looked at it, and he said, folks, the crazy thing is, firstly, this stuff is staying clean not because it's smooth, but because it's rough. It's covered with some papillae, and also it's covered with a waxy substance. And then, of course, he thought, how can I make money from this? And when he went to some investors, they laughed in his face. What? You can stay clean by not being smooth, by being rough, so that dirt can catch in all the grooves and crevices? And you can stay clean by smearing wax all over yourself? Oh yeah, and you want money for that? Go kick yourself. Here, by the way, one of the very last flowers, very big, very beautiful. They are very popular in flower arrangements and for devotional presents at temples and stuff like that. And the flowers are edible, by the way. Well, first time the financiers laughed at him, but now it's $1 billion industry. Imagine washing airplanes or keeping airplanes clean while they are in the air. How much fuel you can save by this. Or imagine skyscrapers. Some of the biggest skyscrapers, washing the windows costs like $1 million a year. A big team of window cleaners cleans them all year long without stop. Imagine you can avoid this just by using this Lotus effect surface. And yeah, it's being done. But that's by far not the most important part. Well, of course, the religious part is very important. Saving lots of window cleaners on skyscrapers is also very important. But the most important part for me, I would say, is the use of this plant as food. Every part is edible. I guess those leaves are a little bit old and tough now. But when they are young, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the leaf stalks, you can eat the flowers, you can eat the flower stalks. The biggest prize are the big rhizomes, and actually you can get them in almost every Asian shop in Europe and North America. They're a big staple in Asian cuisine. They're crunchy and they are full of very ornamental holes. But yeah, totally nice and edible. And yeah, mostly those big lotus fields are being made for the rhizomes because they have mass, they can feed the village. And actually in Cambodia near the temples, I even remember a lotus farm where you had paid to visit it and walk among those fields. And you could buy a bundle of those fruits. The fruits are extremely spongy. Can you hear the air entering and exiting the sponge? They are spongy, so when they fall off, they will drift in the water for months and slowly drop the fruits. Well, let's grab a couple fruits. A couple seeds. Yeah, come back here. 1, 2, 3. Quite big seeds. You can eat them ripe or you can eat them unripe. I don't think this is properly pollinated. There's still some edible stuff here, but it's tart. Yeah, not pollinated. There is no seedling inside. The seedling is actually green. The second one was better. And the third one was even better, but I wonder if they're also too young. There is an older one here. No, it's not pollinated properly. Well, I guess growing in the Alps comes with some disadvantages. Here somebody has been foraging, but very few seeds in those fruits are pollinated. Here, 0. Here, we don't know yet. Here, 1 which has been foraged by somebody already. Here, 0. So yeah, it seems the stuff can grow in pretty cold places. I was told actually that there are feral populations in Russia. And although parts of southern Russia are very hot in summer, even most of those are quite cold in winter. And I was told that not even here, not only here in those almost subtropical pockets along the alpine lakes can they be grown, but even in cold Germany, which opens so many possibilities. I wonder why nobody ever tried it. Ornamentals in parks, ornamentals and even edible stuff in gardens. Also, we have a constantly growing, affluent Asian population. They get the important rhizomes from Asian shops, but getting fresh lotus leaves, fresh lotus flowers and so on, importing them by plane is expensive. Growing them in greenhouses is also expensive, but imagine you could grow them outdoors. People say you don't even need to bring the rhizome in winter. Imagine the possibilities. You could have commercial lotus plantations all over Europe. If it grows in Russia, it grows all over Europe if you try hard enough. Tell me, folks, do you think that this could be an interesting agricultural crop for parts of Europe, even parts of Central Europe. Do you think, have you ever seen it growing without protection somewhere in colder places of Europe, for example, Germany or other nearby areas? Have you seen whether it produces proper flowers, fruits and rhizomes in this climate? Tell me, I'm really curious. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich Villa Taranto in the Italian Alps. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.